Wrecker leaned on the V-runner leisurely, waiting. When Hunter's voice crackled, starting the countdown, he sprang upright and positioned himself at the back fender of the Corona Limited speeder that boxed their transport in. He pressed his fingers into the sides of the speeder's body, leaving digit-sized dents, and strained against the tiny but heavy vehicle. With some assistance from the repulsor lift, he raised the vehicle to throwing height and hurled it one row over. It landed sideways across the bodies of two other luxury speeders, destroying them in a satisfying, crunchy crash. He returned to the pilot's seat of the V-runner. Throwing the speeder took more time than expected. To make up for it, Wrecker used the vehicle's slightly cone-shaped nose like a wedge and nudged several speeders aside as he bypassed the narrow lot lanes and took a rough, screeching metal-on-metal path straight to the auction house exit. The valet who'd blocked him earlier rounded the building with his arms raised, his face an image of wide-eyed horror. Yes, there would be a lot of disgruntled drivers to answer to. "Sorry, Fred!" Wrecker shouted, passing the man with at least 6 speeders crumpled against the V-runner's front fender. Hunter, Omega, Tech, Fee, and a little lizard fellow emerged from the auction house as Wrecker halted. Hunter flung the side door open while the rest piled in. He then leaped inside as Wrecker gave up the driver's seat to Tech, and they hopped a curb to drop into the nearest sky lane. The tiny, frightening creature who'd hitched a ride hopped onto the dashboard and flattened its claws on the viewport transparisteel, howling triumphantly. They were lost in the heavy traffic almost immediately. The clones all sat, stoic, focused until the mission was done, though the rush of it all faded slowly. Hunter stared at Fee. "For all that trouble, we could have blown a hole in the place last night and walked this stuff out before anyone was the wiser." "I guess," Fee said. "But then I wouldn't have been able to prove my theory." "What theory?" Tech asked. Fee said, "That you looked so good in a suit." Hunter banged his head against the transport wall. Omega said, "You did look very nice, Tech." The Gundark left the dashboard to climb into Omega's lap and pump a claw in the air. Tech pressed his lips into a thin line before responding. "Your compliment does not ease my displeasure over the outcome of today's events." To Fee, he said, "I do hope this is not indicative of how all our outings will be." One corner of Fee's mouth curled up. "Are you referring to future jobs or something more personal?" "All of the above." Tech exited the sky lane into a less populated part of Hosnian Prime. Soon they'd reach the warehouse where they'd parked a switch vehicle, as the authorities were undoubtedly aware of the V-runner by now. Then on to the Marauder, where Mel 222 awaited their return for whatever came next. Though Tech was hoping for less excitement.